Hey guys, I'm here with Ryan Guess, who
How you
is a
doing?
local preferred lender. So your office is right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, about 10 minutes from your office.
Right,
Yeah.
with Evolve Bank and Mortgage.
Evolve Bank and Trust.
Bank and Trust.
Close enough.
There you
Yeah.
go. So today we're going to be talking, I want to introduce you to Ryan, but also talk about kind of what's going on in rates and lending for investment properties these days. What are the big changes that you're seeing in the rates? What's going on out there?
Yeah, so last week we had some pretty hot numbers come in over inflation. So year over year, with inflation being up, it shifted the whole thinking of the Fed going up only 50 basis points to now everybody's saying 75 basis points. So don't know what that's going to be. It'll be tomorrow, but if I was a betting man and had some money to put down on Vegas, I'd say 75 basis points tomorrow. So what they did, they caused a shift in the 10-year Treasury market, which then shot up since Thursday afternoon, probably about 30, 40 basis points, which then has a negative reaction on mortgage-backed securities. So we've lost about another 200 basis points on rates. So what that means is pretty much a shift of about 0.5% in interest rates. So whereas, you and I were having that conversation last week about interest rates, we had some great mortgage interest rates last week. We were looking in the mid fives. This week, we're looking in, as of this afternoon, looking in the low sixes on 20 and 25%, 1 or 2 points depending on 20 or 25% down. But we're still in the low sixes, which is still, when I compare myself to other individuals, we're doing quite well. I think people would be very happy with those rates.
And so everybody can say this is June 14th of 2022 because
Yeah.
this is changing daily.
It changes hourly, honestly. This morning, the market was actually positive, and we thought we were going to get a little bounce back, as they call it, the dead cat bounce. I don't know why that name came about though. But that shifted, and it shifted fast, and so the market lost another about 75 basis points today. So literally in total about 250 basis points lost since last Thursday now.
Right. So a lot of people think this is slowing down the number of people wanting to buy houses. It has actually increased the number of people calling me saying I need houses now.
Right.
Because now the talk is I want to buy before interest rates are 7
Right.
or 8.
Right.
When I bought my first house, it was 7.25% interest fixed for 5 years, and then after that, I would have a balloon payment.
Right.
It was a no doc stated loan.
Yeah.
It was my first year in real estate, so I didn't qualify.
Right. Yeah.
You
had a pulse though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had a pulse. I could fog a mirror. So, 6 isn't that bad.
No.
When you consider 20 years ago, I was at 7.25 and just lucky to get into a house.
Yeah, what people don't really realize, they start wrapping their mind around the interest rate so much, but the difference between 5.5% and 6%, if you're buying a home or financing around $120,000, is about $40 to $48 a month. It's not going to really truly shift your whole game plan. It's going to affect your cash flow. Mm-hmm. I get it. But then again, as we've talked before, rents are going up as well. I mean, it's just not rates going up, rents going up, everything's going up. Yeah.
Oh, inflation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That inflation.
It works on all those points.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people say, when's the best time to buy real estate? Well, the worst time to buy real estate is a year from now.
Yeah.
The best time to buy real estate always seems to be a year ago. So get in now, get in while you can. So if I were buying a house with you, Ryan, right now as an investment property, I'm in California. Can you work with somebody all the way in California?
Yeah, so we work in 48 states.
Okay.
So work around the United States. The only states we don't work in is Hawaii and Alaska.
Right.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to refinance their house in another state, you could do that?
Be more than happy to help them out with that, yeah.
I have a ton of clients who have equity in their home. They're able to refinance with a preferred lender like Ryan, pull that equity out and buy houses in Memphis, therefore have cash flowing properties.
Right.
All right, so if I were that California investor
Yep.
buying a house from this bald guy in Memphis and you were my lender, the average sales price right now for our homes is looking like $160,000. Would it be better to go with a 20 or 25% down?
If people have the money, I'd recommend doing 25%. Today, like I was saying, I checked right before we had a conversation, looking at about 6% interest rate with 1 point on 25% down. And then with 20% down, you're probably looking at about 6 1/8 to 6 1/4 with 2 points down. And that just goes, there's a lot of illiquidity within the mortgage-backed security. I'm not going to bore you with that. If you want to talk that type of shop, I'd be more than happy to talk with your investors about that. Be more than happy to educate them with regards to that.
All right, so if I'll put 6.25 on my pro formas, that's about right.
Yep.
Very good. All right, the other big part people don't talk about as much though is fees. So every dollar adds up. So we pulled a house that we're closing on this week. The Alta. The Alta is your closing statement that breaks down where all the money's going. And the fees added up to about $1,590. So what do your fees look like?
So we have a flat fee. We have a flat underwriting, processing fee of $750. So that right there, for example, would have saved you a client roughly about $840. And if you think about that, we just talked about points. Whereas if you're buying a home and that your loan amount's roughly about $128,000, there's 3/4 of a point right there that that money can shift to. So we find ourselves, we really focus in on helping investors. I've done, since last year alone, one calendar year, if you mark the date from here to now, probably done about 90 to 100 investment loans. So I'm well versed, and Evolve Bank and Trust really focuses in this Memphis market on taking care of investors. So we're very knowledgeable in helping people out.
Very good. Well, the next question is what's next? So while we're talking, it made me think of a client who we did a complete portfolio analysis of. We said, when did you buy the house? What did you pay for the house? What were the rents starting out? And what are the rents now? So of course their houses have gone up in value,
right? And
their rents have gone 28% up in value, and they all have it culled out to where they've been renewed. Right. So we are seeing that rise in interest rates, of course, the rise in home prices, rise in interest rate, rise in home prices, but rise in rents. So if you buy today and think that your house is only going to be rented for $1,400 a month indefinitely, I'd say you're probably wrong. As we print more money, things cost more. Gas is going up, everything's going up. So even though your cash flow might be lower today, you're locking in, and over time that renter's paying off the principal and headed towards owning this house one day. So where do you see the real estate mortgage industry going in the near future? No crystal ball. I'm not looking 5 years out. Just in the near future.
I'd say in the near future we're going to still see some rise in interest rates. If you see a rate that you like, lock it. Don't try to. Don't think you're Ben Bernanke or Powell and know really what's going on. Nobody knows truly what's going to transpire over the next 3 to 6 months. So if you see a good interest rate, lock it in, move forward, and then if rates do improve, I do think long term, once inflation starts to come, a little bit, oil possibly drops a little bit, we'll start seeing the interest rates drop a little bit or just calm down. Right now, I'll just take calmness because, I think calmness lends itself to just a better overall business. But I think we're probably about 3 to 6 months from that really transpiring. So right now it's just, getting the interest rate that you need and want and moving forward and not rethinking it and sitting on it overnight.
Very good. Well, in the below in the description of this video, we'll put a link to reach out to one of our team members, connect you with Ryan, get you pre-approved if you are making offers on the MLS to buy houses as rentals, or if you're looking to buy one of our turnkey homes, our new construction that we're building as rentals, we can get you pre-approved with Ryan and be ready to close on that next investment. Ryan, thanks so much.
Pleasure.